We've also heard that some people who have homes at the city center would just end up buying another apartment near the beach because I guess it was too bothersome to get there. What on earth can I do to have those kind of problems? Hello everyone, this is Wandering Tati. If you saw my last video, you know I like to show you around the cool place I visited, along with a short story explaining what was going on in my mind at the moment. In this occasion, I would like to talk about kindness and helping other people. As you might be aware, even though I absolutely love it here and things are starting to turn around now, Mr. Wandering and I were experiencing some difficulties trying to adjust to Spain. One of our main issues had to do with finding a stable place to stay. So this is how the story starts. At a given moment, we were staying at a hotel near the center of the city. This was around the time when we visited Oceanographic. You might find the video somewhere here or here. So, we didn't know where we were going to stay after that. And out of the blue, this amazing woman, a fellow immigrant who didn't really know us in person, who in fact was like 2 degrees of separation from us, started looking for ways to help us out, introducing us to all these nice people she knew, some of whom were once in our position or could empathize with us. They all have been so kind and helpful in whichever way they could. So that's how we ended up meeting this elderly couple of retirees who offered to rent us a room for a month at their home in the town of Gandia. They even went on vacation for most of the time we were staying there, basically leaving us with their entire home. Talk about trust. We took really good care of the house, keeping it nice and clean. We only freaked out a little bit because we know nothing about plants and some of the flowers were dying, but let's just say I ended up watching a lot of YouTube gardening videos. So thank you for that. But it was all good in the end. Let me tell you a bit about Gandia. It is located in the province of Valencia and has about 75,000 inhabitants. The place where we were staying was only a block from the beach, but the city center is a bit farther away. About 45 minutes walking or 20 minutes by bus. We've also heard that some people who have homes at the city center would just end up buying another apartment near the beach because I guess it was too bothersome to get there. What on earth can I do to have those kind of problems? Anyway, while I was having some jobby interviews that sucked the life out of me, we spent some lovely days in the beach. We went to a pretty nice mall in the city center a couple of times. We visited the Borja Ducal Palace, which is located in the city center, and it's a must-see if you ever visit Gandia. Tickets are €8 per person, including an audio guide in your language of choice. But if you would like a guided tour, you would need to book in advance through email. There you can learn the history of some of the Borja family members as you have a look at the beautiful details of their palace. My absolute favorite was the Golden Gallery. A referent of Baroque Valencian architecture, with, as you might have guessed, all these intricate details in gold and with some wonderful works of art in its ceilings. It was constructed to commemorate the canonization of San Francisco de Borja. And as an extra bonus, there's a wonderful view once you exit the gallery. The town, all in all, was absolutely lovely. Super peaceful, with friendly people, places to eat, shop, etc. There's a bus frequency of every 15 minutes, which I find important because I don't have nor I plan on having a car anytime soon. And there is a good connection with the city center of Valencia. The frequency of the trains is about 20 minutes and the trip takes less than an hour from Valencia North Station. Here you can see Gandia's City Hall and its square. Now I'm walking on Gandia's suspension bridge, Puente de la Feria, towards Paseo de las Germanías. I would definitely live there if I had the chance in the future. Who knows, I might be able to retire there as many people do. We'll see where life takes me. I've also enjoyed a lovely night stroll through Paseo Marítimo Neptuno. It has about 2 kilometers from the Nautic Club to the beach dunes. You know, I've always been kind of a naive and innocent person, and was raised by lovely parents who had the best intentions, but I was raised for a kind world that doesn't really exist. Over the past years, I must say that I've become sort of a cynic and disappointed with the world, and more precisely its people. But I have to say that this stay in Gandia, where we got to meet this lovely couple and share time with them, where we were offered a helping hand and a place to stay when we didn't know what our next step would be, where we had meals cooked for us so that we can all eat together, and we got surrounded by people who genuinely seemed to care about us, felt as close to a miracle as anything can get. After all, it seems that not everything is wrong with the world, that there are still some kind-hearted people who would offer a helping hand to others without expecting anything in return. So, faith in humanity restored? Well, there seems to be some hope. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button to let me know. And remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video. And please let me know about you in the comments. Were you in the receiving end of an act of kindness recently? Or were you the one who did something selfless for someone else? Do you think humankind is intrinsically evil, or are we a blank slate shaped by our upbringing and experiences? And on a lighter note, what did you think about Gandia? Have you ever visited? Is it the kind of place you would like to live in? Next video will be a bit different, as it is not from this series of blog with a story. It is a discussion of a certain topic that I would really like for all of us to think about together. So I really hope I will see you there. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Until next time!